Welcome to Pennypack Environmental Center's Ask a Naturalist. Our naturalist here at Pennypack are Stephanie Robinson, Environmental Education Program Specialist, and Christina Moresi, Environmental Education Planner. Our question was, where did you get your live animals from? While we love our educational animal ambassadors, their origin stories are heartbreaking. Now that they are with us, their stories and positive endings educate others about their species, needs, and how they do or do not fit into our Philadelphia wildlife story. First is Wendy the leopard gecko and George the bearded dragon, who are our most recent adoptees. They were confiscated from a hoarding situation and adopted from the SPCA. Both leopard geckos and bearded dragons are reptiles commonly sold in pet stores. With proper care, they make excellent companions that can be handled and are entertaining to watch eat, play, and adorable when they sleep. However, with all pets, they have very specific care requirements. Unfortunately, Wendy and George, who are best alone, were kept in cages with other geckos and bearded dragons in small, unsanitary conditions, underfed and cold. This led not only to malnutrition, but George is missing all of his toes on one foot. Now that they have joined our education team, learners of all ages will be able to learn about reptiles, their food web, adaptations, and of course, proper pet care. Boxy, the three-toed box turtle, and Roxy, the eastern box turtle, joined us at separate times. Boxy was a pet and Roxy was taken from the wild. Both suffered from malnutrition and improper housing. Both the three-toed box turtles and the eastern box turtles are native and should be kept in the wild. Too often, however, animals quote unquote found in the wild are brought home to be pets, but their specialized needs of these animals cannot be met. This leads to serious health issues, deformities, and even death. The consequences of Boxy's mistreatment are visible as soon as you meet him. His toes are turned up, hindering him from the ability to dig and forage naturally. His beak is also deformed. Although Roxy appears to be healthy, her removal from the wild has led to malnutrition and her inability to ever return to the wild. Because they are kept not not able to be released back into their natural environment, they help us tell the cautionary tale of taking animals from the wild. They also give learners the up close experience of these elusive animals that we rarely see out on our adventures. Penny the red eared slider is another former pet that was neglected, then dumped into the creek, posing a threat to her and creek locals. Red eared sliders are one of the most popular animals in the pet trade. Because of this, they've also become considered invasive, non native species in many parts of the world. Adorable when they are little, but illegal to buy, they are sold as easy pets, but soon they grow big. They are then discarded in waterways where they most often die. But those that survive can spread disease and outcompete local turtles for food and habitat while also breeding. Their tendency to be discarded pets is so popular, it is the origin story for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Although Penny is a big red eared slider, she is not a mutant, but we fully believe she would eat pizza if given to her. She helps us to tell the story of aquatic turtles, invasive species, the pet trade, and the reality of committing to a pet, especially a reptile. Our red belly hatchlings came to us as part of a federal investigation where their clutch of eggs were dug up and removed from the wild. The red-bellied turtle is a threatened species in Pennsylvania. Habitat loss through development, waterway contamination, as well as road collision during mating season and competition with introduced species such as the red-eared slider has led to their decline. This is why every egg and hatchling's best chance at survival is vital to the species' future. These hatchlings will stay with us and be treated as wild animals, allowing them to develop natural foraging and survival habits until they are bigger and have a better chance at surviving through adulthood. Slinky the king snake was left at the center after his owner of 17 years no longer wanted to care for him. They originally found Slinky under a neighbor's deck. In Slinky's 20 plus years, he was abandoned twice. The first time when he was released into the streets of Northeast Philly, where he would not have survived if he was not found and taken in. As a California king snake, he would not be able to adapt to our winters. Luckily, the second time his owner didn't want him, they found him a home. This is always the best option. Just as a wild animal should not be taken in as a pet, pets should never be released into the wild. Slinky has already joined our team for outreach and education at the center. Resembling our local snakes, Slinky is the perfect ambassador for dispelling myths about snakes and reptiles, while allowing learners to touch his scales, smell them with his tongue, and watch his muscle moves, even watching his food web in action. Last three main lessons that we take and spread from this. One is research and prepare for buying or adopting any pet, rehoming responsibly. We have all taken on a pet at some point without fully understanding its needs. Our circumstances change, and we need to rehome a pet. Our animals made their way to us because they were not treated with the proper care and respect that they needed. In a time with free libraries and the internet, deep diving into animal care is easy. And so is finding a good home if you must say goodbye. Although this is reptile-centric, this information can easily be applied to any animal. Third, adopt, don't shop. If you have completed your research, budgeting, and long-term plans and are ready for a new member of the family, adoption is always the best option. Although reputable breeder is a good option, it's not just cats and dogs that end up at the shelter and rescues. Instead of participating in the animal trade business and perpetuating their demand for wild-caught animals, check your local shelter first. These animals need caring, educated owners that are ready to love them for the rest of their lives. Thank you from our team at Pennypack for joining us for Ask a Naturalist. Connect with us at any time by visiting the Pennypack Environmental Center, Explore Peck at Facebook, Explore_Peck at Instagram and Linktree, or email us at pec@phila.gov.
Hi, my name's Janie, and my biggest passion in life is to advocate for hermit crabs. Millions of hermit crabs every single year are captured from the wild and then sold at beach shops and pet stores where they suffer. Before they are shipped off to the stores, they are held in these wooden barracks with improper care and no food or water. Many lose limbs from stress or die. They are put into nutcracker-like devices to crack open their natural shells, so they're forced to pick a painted shell, which are toxic to them. Naturally, many die during this process, but the ones that do survive are then stuffed into sacks and shipped out, where they are then marketed as easy, disposable beach souvenirs to kids. Hermit crabs can live 50 years. They are very social animals that require very tedious care. They require a high-maintenance, replicated tropical environment and are also very expensive to care for properly. It's important to advocate to adopt and not shop so we don't fund and perpetuate the industry. These are living creatures and these babies deserve better.